On October 1st, 1960, Nigeria gained independence, a nation of over 250 ethnic groups united under one flag. The world watched with hope as Nigeria emerged, brimming with optimism and promise. A federal system tried to balance the interests of the Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba and Igbo regions, but unity was fragile. Beneath the surface, ethnic and regional tensions simmered as leaders prioritized local interests over national unity. In January 1966, a coup led by Igbo officers toppled the government, shattering trust and igniting suspicion. The coup was seen as an ethnic power grab, and the response was swift, a counter-coup by northern officers just months later. Violence erupted, targeting Igbo civilians in the north, leading to mass killings and a desperate exodus to the east. Nigeria's dream of unity was replaced by fear and hatred. The nation, once full of hope, now teetered on the edge of disaster. The seeds of civil war were sown, and the world would soon witness the consequences. The stage was set for a conflict that would scar Nigeria for generations. The promise of a new dawn had given way to a gathering storm. The future of Africa's giant hung in the balance. In 1967, the eastern region declared independence as Biafra, sparking a brutal civil war. The Nigerian government responded with force, imposing a blockade that led to mass starvation and suffering. Over 1 million people, mostly Igbo, died before Biafra surrendered in 1970. The war left deep scars, but as the nation tried to heal, oil was discovered in the Niger Delta. The 1970s oil boom brought immense wealth, but also rampant corruption. Billions flowed into government coffers, yet little reached ordinary Nigerians. Instead, a powerful elite emerged, while poverty and inequality deepened. Oil, meant to unite and rebuild, became a curse, fueling corruption and division. The wounds of war were joined by the poison of black gold. After years of military rule, Nigeria briefly returned to democracy in 1979, but corruption persisted. The military soon seized power again, with coups led by Buhari and then Babangida. Promises of reform gave way to authoritarian rule and political manipulation. In 1993, a historic election was annulled, dashing hopes for true democracy. Protests erupted and the country plunged into crisis. Babangida stepped aside, but a weak interim government quickly fell. General Sani Abacha seized power, ushering in Nigeria's darkest era of dictatorship. Civil liberties vanished, and fear gripped the nation. The cycle of coups and broken promises left Nigerians yearning for real change. The dream of democracy seemed further away than ever. Abacha's sudden death in 1998 opened the door to democracy. Elections in 1999 brought Olusegun Obasanjo to power, marking the start of the Fourth Republic. Hopes were high, but corruption and ethnic tensions persisted. In the Niger Delta, militants fought for a share of oil wealth, disrupting the economy. Meanwhile, Boko Haram emerged in the northeast, unleashing terror and abductions. The government struggled to respond, and millions were displaced. Despite anti-corruption efforts, billions were still looted by officials. Nigeria's democracy was fragile, threatened by violence and greed. The promise of a new era was clouded by old problems and new dangers. The nation's resilience would be tested again and again. In 2015, Nigeria made history with its first peaceful transfer of power as Buhari was elected president. Hopes for reform were high, but insecurity and economic hardship persisted. In 2020, the End SARS protests saw Nigerian youth demand an end to police brutality and bad governance. The movement was met with violence, but it showed the power of collective action. In 2023, Bola Tinubu became president amid controversy, facing daunting challenges. Today, Nigeria stands at a crossroads, its people resilient, creative, and determined. Despite decades of turmoil, Nigerians continue to dream of a better future. The nation's greatest strength remains the unbreakable spirit of its people.